Morning. I'm in Liberty Lake Hike Park this morning. I think I'm gonna hike up to Mica Peak. According to all trails, it's 15.8 miles, so it could be anywhere between 13 and 20. See how it goes. First 1.3 miles, the trail are relatively flat. You can make good time on the mileage. After that, as you get onto the Edith Hansen riding trail, the elevation gain starts to pick up. And I'm curious to know, it'll slow my rate down too. I've been hiking about 3.1, 3.2 miles per hour as we approach what I think is 400 to 500 feet of elevation gain per mile. It'll slow down to 2.5, 2, not sure. Anyways, curious to see what my overall time is today. All Trails estimates 8 hours of some change. I'm kind of hoping to bring it down to closer to 6. We'll see. So, down a mile, averaging about 2.3 miles per hour, because I've also climbed 700 feet. So, 700 feet per mile, which is fairly steep, pretty aggressive. Almost done, 1,000 feet overall, making pretty good time. To point out, it is the middle of October, and I'm on a fall hike. The sky is overcast. Weather forecast says it's going to be partly cloudy, but it's definitely mostly cloudy up here. The chance of rain is above 0. Forecast calls for 0 precip, but you never know in the mountains. And temperatures are in the mid 40s. Hence, the wearing of the microplastic uniform. Black Diamond Saturday and outdoor research for Rossi soft shell pants. All pretty lightweight. It gives me an opportunity to shed some light precip if it does hit me. If it gets heavier than that, I do have a Sea to Summit Ultra Nano Sill poncho that I'm carrying with me. Super lightweight. For warmth, I've got a soft shell top. I don't even know what it's Mountain Hardware, but I couldn't tell you what the model is. And I've got Patagonia R1 and Ye Old Ghost Whisperer in case things get really cold. Chances are might be head back to the Hunko, the White Bronco, at after dark. So got a headlamp on me, and in case something were to go really awry, torn Achilles tendon or something like that, I do have one meal and stove and a small canister of fuel on me. But I don't foresee anything bad like that happening, just in case, because you never know. It's a beautiful day in the mountains. See you on the top. Wish the sun were out so you can see a little bit better, but this reflective flaky material is muscovite, the mica for which Mica Peak is named. When the sun's out, the trail will often sparkle along its length with the reflection of the micaceous plates. At 1,800 feet, you finally break out of the green tunnel, in this case the fall tunnel, autumnal tunnel, if you will. And you can see the view finally opens up. Below us is the Spokane Valley. Currently sitting on top of the USGS marker for Mica Peak. I'm a chopstick. As far as scenic beauty goes, I give this trail 3 out of 10. It's pretty much shit. You're in that green tunnel the vast majority of the time. You get 2-3 glimpses of the valley, but they're obscured by trees. What makes up for it though is you do get to see quite a bit of mica in this kind of shifting ice, and there's some huge flakes of it that, well, see if I can peel this one off here. It's a big chunk of muscovite right there. It's not really in focus. I think Mica Peak is the southernmost terminus of the Selkirk Range, even though it's not really an expression of the batholith. It's all metamorphic rock. I guess there's some granitic chunks in there, but I think it's part of the Priest River Core Complex. I'm gonna have to double check that though to make sure. I'm pretty sure it is though. Anyways, yeah, for that, I mean, it's nice for a fall hike. There's tamarack turning orange. There's some elderberry out, spruce, fir. Those trees are all, you know, pretty much everywhere in the inland northwest, so it's not unique for that. It's kind of nice to be out in the trees though. But the presence of industrial radio towers and an FAA controlling center really kind of take away from any sort of nature or wilderness aesthetic. As far as training goes though, I'm sitting at, according to my watch, 7 miles, not quite the 7.9 miles that All Trails predicted, and I'm at just shy of 3,200 feet, which is pretty bang on for All Trails, so that's good. So it's a good training hike. I give it 8.5, maybe 9 out of 10. The trail itself is pretty soft, largely composed of decomposed pine needle duff, making a pretty rich humus, which makes it a fairly soft trail and not very hard on the feet, even though you're doing almost 16 miles. All in all, with a 3,200 feet of elevation gain and almost 16 miles, that does make for a good training day if you're training for longer backpacking or just trying to get in good shape. So it does have that appeal and that advantage, but all in all, it's a pretty lackluster trail in terms of beauty and aesthetics. It's much better in the inland northwest. There's Idaho Mica off in the distance, Shasta Butte. Behind the tree there, it's kind of hard to see, but there's Rathdrum Peak across the valley. And behind the clouds over there somewhere is Mount Spokane.